Should we start off talking about Juice WRLD? Unfortunately,
I think so.
Yeah.
R.I.P. Bro.
Fortunately, 21 years old, fresh 21 too. I think he turned 21 like last week or something.
Something like that.
He just turned 21 last week.
Yeah.
Do you know who Lucky is? The dude from Chicago, that rapper. He just posted a picture of him and Juice was pouring some like lean in a cup or whatever.
He posted that.
Yeah. He's like, I don't care or something, big bro. And I was like, nah. Bro.
It's too soon.
We gotta stop with that shit, bro.
Yeah.
You promoting hair. These little crackheads, like, this is making money.
Yeah.
So people think, like, oh, shit. I'm like, no. If he's making money, he's not a crackhead, bro. He's still a human being. Geez.
Yeah. Apparently, like, TMZ's reporting right now that he took, apparently, like, the plane people, whatever, said that he was on, like, multiple pills, or he had popped multiple pills prior. And then, like, he apparently was drinking codeine on the plane.
Oh, so
Yeah, so, like, everyone was saying it was probably, like, withdrawals, but
he
it sounded like he was still on it.
You know who Little Bibby is?
Lil Bibby, like, from Chicago?
Yeah, so he did an interview, and I probably saw this interview probably 4 or 5, maybe 6 years ago. He was talking about, like, how half his friends died high. He was like, when you hear people getting killed in Chicago, it's like half of them are high, bro. He was like, they just stuck. They just really on the porch chilling, just stuck, and so people see him, and they don't know what's going on, and it's boom. And he's like, he don't, because they're asking that he does the codeine. He's like, nah, bro, I don't want to die high. I'm gonna die.
Is that the same one where he's talking about, like, he doesn't do business or anything higher or anything like that? I remember him talking about that. Like, he was saying that he likes to be sober because he's always in, like, business meetings now.
Yeah, I think
and it was good to hear him talk about that.
Yeah.
Did he still make music?
No.
I heard nothing from him.
I think he signed. Didn't he sign Juice WRLD, bro?
Nah, it was G Herbo. I want to say.
Was it G Herbo?
Yeah, it was G Herbo.
I don't know. Lil Bibby promoted him all the time.
He did. I don't know because like
I think that was Lil Bibby's artist, bro.
Yeah, because my brother he stay in Chicago.
Okay.
Like my mom and brother stay in Chicago.
Okay.
And he the one who put me on to Juice WRLD, and I think he said he was signed to G Herbo.
He's from Chicago, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Man, he doesn't sound anything like Chicago.
Yeah, like he was like my brother old rival high school. Like they expected, like he was popping on SoundCloud for like a little good minute.
Wow.
And then like that Lucid Dreams, I want to say something. Yeah, like that, it was popping there. And then like it really just took off.
Well, damn.
That is crazy.
It's so unfortunate, man. I think he was one. Like I didn't really listen to his music just because I don't like that really like style of music.
Yeah.
But I feel like he was probably like a year away from reaching like the top of the charts and stuff. I mean, I'm sure Lucid Dream was already number 1 at some point. Yeah. That was a big time hit. Stay off the drugs, kids.
I don't know, because like, I'm on Lil Bibby's Twitter right now. He didn't really tweet nothing about, but he's like retweeting like Juice WRLD's like 3 billion Spotify streams.
Damn.
And made up just like his boy, you feel me?
Yeah.
He didn't really say nothing. I'm not saying he should go say something. If you actually know somebody, I don't think you should be like run to social media right now.
Nah.
Most people do that though.
Yeah.
I know.
I feel like there's like the inner circle and they won't say anything.
Yeah.
And then it's like the people you're friends with and they'll be the ones that like say stuff, you know?
Yeah. I think after the fact, maybe like a couple months later. But like right away, I'm like, nah, bro, you can't put it like he just died, bro.
Nah, I don't like when people comment on dead people pages. Where
it
be
yeah,
like,
man,
man, dog, man, I miss you, man. Like, what you want me to do here?
Yeah, like you don't see it.
Yeah, I miss you too.
Or what's really weird is like all these young dudes are dying since these labels aren't really making money like that. They gotta like continue to drop music, and I think that's fucked up.
I think X.
X has like
he had an album come out like last week. Right?
Yeah.
Man.
Like man has what? How many albums? Like how much music did he have, bro?
I think it's three albums since he's passed away.
How much music that he must have had? They're just dropping anything he had, bro.
Yeah.
Or they're dropping drafts. If you listen to the songs, they're just drafts. Like it sounds like he didn't even finish the song.
Alright, so how do you feel about that?
Like the post death.
I don't like post albums like that.
Yeah.
Just because it's like that's not the artist's vision.
Right?
Yeah.
But it's like if they got a family, then I kind of be like, okay, well, if it's for that,
yeah,
then yeah. But otherwise, it's like ain't no point in doing it.
But you know, like most of the time, it's not. You know, like the labels are trying. The labels gave him however much money they got.
Yeah, especially if he ain't own the rights to his music. This family don't get the rights once he leave.
Yeah,
they don't get nothing.
Yeah.
Oh really?
Especially if they sign like a 360, like they're not getting.
Yeah, like it just depends on the type of deal he signed. Cause like sometimes like. Most of the time when the artist first signed a deal, they don't own the rights to any of their music. Like most of them, they have to go back and buy the rights to their music.
Really?
You know what this popped in we forgot to do? For to introduce homeboy.
Oh, introduce.
You be doing this too much.
Huh?
We be getting right into the conversation.
We forgot to introduce you.
We forgot to introduce you.
We always do this.
We always be doing that.
Yeah, you go ahead and introduce yourself. We always do this shit like.
My bad, John.
Give people some context. What are you talking about?
Yeah,
We
man.
just started talking.
Yeah, like we just started talking. I was like, man, these some pretty nice guys, man. No, man, my name is Rich. Parrott, the fourth. Head of Global Money World, Global Money Group. Label management, media. Blog, magazine, all that good stuff. That's who I am.
Oh wow, cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
So talk about the magazines. We might as well like switch topics real quick.
Yeah,
you said you have a magazine, another issue coming out next week. Yeah.
Yep, December 19th is when we'll drop issue number 5. Like we just started the top of the year, so the first one dropped in January. Like I wanted to put out my first one actually by December, but then once I got to even just seeing like what that would entail, I was just like, yo, like I could get this shit done like 2 weeks. Because I had enough content just off the website, just with all the artists that reach out and all the music that I didn't post on the website. And I was like, okay, I know I can do this. So the first one I did on L Dirty AC out of Indianapolis, where he just had like such a crazy story that I was like, this has to be the first story I tell, where all his friends got killed. Like that was his thing. Like they started rapping together as a group. Everybody died except him.
Man.
Did a couple of stints in jail, was still pursuing music now.
Wow.
And I was like, man, like I was like, man, like he has such a story, and the fact that he here to still tell it, I got to put this as the first one.
Yeah.
And then the second issue was our annual Free Sons Fest that we throw in Brooklyn every year. For the second annual one, we did it for the second magazine, where we had ISO Indies, Michael Nobody, Lil Lion out of Tennessee, who else? Revenge of the Truants, and MKHL and Alpha Black. We had them. And then the third one, well, we actually did 2. So we dropped 2 in the fall. We did Lil Lion, who performed at Free Sons Fest out of Tennessee, and my man Trap Bees out of Atlanta. And then for this one, I got Black Ken out of St. Louis to end the year off.
Word. So are you doing like interviews, or like what are the magazines?
Yes, interviews, song reviews, our master pen, where the artists break down their song, where pretty much the lyrics of it pretty much rate their pen on it and everything. And then we had a cover story where it's a write-up, and then it's an interview on that, and then we just close it out. It's usually, the magazine is about 24 pages long.
Wow.
So how'd you get started? Like how did this all happen? How do you get all these connections? How do you build this thing?
Man, I'm trying to think what would be the best point to start from, because everything started. I used to do music before I even did any of this. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Like I started off making beats, then I started rapping just because I was like, well, I can't get nobody to rap on my beats. So I was like, because the thing is, it was hard. Cause like, man, like I was like, man, like it's hard to just give people a CD and say, this was back when CDs was out. It was like, yo, man, here go the CD of beats. I was like, but if I say it's like a mixtape, they more inclined to listen. Okay. And then if they'll be like, man, these raps suck, man, but that beat was straight. Word, you want that? Yeah. Like, that's funny. It was that thing, you know what I'm saying? But then like I got more into the music, and then like I started reaching out to blogs and playlists and everything and radio stations myself, just as an artist. So that's pretty much how I knew how the gist of it worked. And I got to a point where I was like, I'm ready, you know, like I'm ready to go to that next level. But it was like I always got close, but just nothing happened. And I just got to a point where I was just like, man, like I don't know what I'm gonna do. I got to that point where I was like, I don't even know what the next thing is, especially because I was. Can I cuss?
Yeah.
Okay, man. I was fucked up out here. You know what I'm saying? Like I was homeless at the time, man. I'm couch surfing. I don't have a car. You know what I'm saying? Like my job fucking sucks at the time. So I'm really just at a place where I'm like, I really don't know what that is, because I was hoping that rap saved my life. You know, to be as honest as possible. I was hoping to save my life. So then I just like had like a dream like that night where I was just like, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Yeah. And it was like a Jay-Z saying, man, like ain't nobody tell me yet. So I just started my own thing. So it's like, cool, I'm gonna start a label. But it was still artist minded. You know what I'm saying? So I said, okay, cool. Well, when I was an artist, I used Submit Hub. So let me find a way to get on there. So reached out to them, and they just told me no. He's like, what you have is good for an artist, but it's not good for a label. It's like, you need a website and you need releases that's not yourself. Cool. Got me a website, and then started like the social media pages for it, and artists started reaching out. So then I did that enough that they would let me on there, and then artists from all over started reaching out, and then I got me maybe like 5-6 releases like real fast just from artists everywhere. And then the first artist that like really like stuck with me that was special to me was Keith Christ out of Long Island. Like I was like, man, he's super dope. I was like, man, he's dope to the point I know he ain't gonna work with me. I'm just starting off. 2 weeks go by, he reached out to me and was like, man, bro, like let's do it. You know what I'm saying? Because by then I never stopped in between time. I still was building everything. So then we put out this project, we built momentum and everything, and he came to me, he's like, yo, have you ever managed before? And I ain't never managed a day in my life. But I was like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like a couple times, you know what I'm saying? You know, I want to be on the team. And so he was like, word. He was like, word. So me and my man Billy Palm Trees, we need management. Would you be down? I said, cool. You know, just because I knew I wasn't gonna play with it. I was like, I'm gonna give it all that I got. And the only thing that I wasn't too privy to exactly was booking shows, especially for somebody that's all the way out in New York and I'm here. So grinded it out with him, and still putting out music. And then the third artist I managed was from here. His name is Repo Cusco. He was a part of a rap group called Rosewood, and he worked with Slum Village. Like he wrote on their album that did some work for them. And me and him knew each other for some time, and he was the first person years ago to ever say to me, bro, I think you could rap, but I think you would be really good at the business of music. And he came to me like, bro, I'm doing solo work. Would you be interested in managing me? So I was like, yeah. Like, you know, it's a bet. You know what I'm saying? Then I was like, I know I ain't gonna play with this. And then I ended up figuring out how to book shows and the key to it all, because the first show I booked, like I think I booked like 3, like real fast. It was first one was in Connecticut, and then 2 was in New York. And like one was opening up for D1. If y'all know who that is? No. Yeah. Like,
why does that sound familiar?
Yeah, because I think he kind of does Christian rap a little bit. Like, if not Christian rap, it's like it's like cleaner.
Isn't he signed to Drama or something like that?
Maybe. He got dreads, light skinned dude.
Yeah.
And then Coda the Friend was the other one.
That's why that sounded familiar.
Okay, Coda the Friend,
yeah. You know, so we did those.
Crazy.
Yeah, so then we did those real quick. And then after that, like I was still managing and everything, and still taking on label submissions, management submissions, but I'm pretty much sticking to my core. And then in speaking to reaching out to venues, a lady was like at the Bushwick Cafe in Brooklyn, and she was like, would you guys just be interested in just doing your own thing? Because I was reaching out to see if she had anything happening. I said, hey bro, like we should just do our own thing for this one. And he was like, man, we should,
your own show?
Yeah. Right. He was like, man, we should just make it a thing. And I said, cool. I was like, what you got? You got a name for it? He's like, let's do Free Sons Fest. I said, okay, cool. Well, let's get these artists. We got like 9.
Man, so this is just like going.
Yeah, everything's just going.
This is crazy.
Yeah, and I'm still even done with my first year in doing this. So we got like 9-10 artists to come out and shut it down. Like I was like, because like it started off slow. Because it was just like, man, ain't really that many people here. Like, it was slow to the point that, like the
crowd
lady
was, like, kind of dead?
Yeah, and it wasn't even that many people. Like, it was slow to the point, the lady who was working there that night, she was like, hey, you good?
Oh man!
I was like, I'm good. Like I ain't gonna panic yet. It ain't been that long.
Yeah,
man. I'm telling you though, it got packed up in that bitch. I was like, yeah,
good shit.
Yeah, then like by the time
that would be the worst, bro. Throwing a concert and no one shows up.
Yeah,
people there be like, fuck,
man. Yeah, man. By the time she left, she was like, all right, man, I love to have y'all again. I was like, yeah, you know, we doing our thing. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, so then we keep grinding together. Then we ended up booking a tour. I think we had like 12 cities all over for Keith Christ. Yeah, where we did like his first tour, and that's where I really learned that's where I learned the art of really booking shows. Was that it's not even so much about being able to do it, is that can you provide a full night of music? You know what I'm saying? With locals. So if you're throwing a show, let's say you're throwing a show in Chicago, as long as you can guarantee them, I got a couple more people who rap in Chicago too that's gonna be there. They gonna let you do it
because it's like supporting their city.
Yeah, because now they have a guarantee. Well, we got people from here doing it. Well, we know they know people, so we know some people gonna come out.
Yeah, okay, so that makes sense.
So that's always the important thing when booking out of town. As long as you just got a few people from there and you could provide a full night of music, they'll let you do it if they're cool enough. So then in the midst of that, my brother Mike, he came to me. He said, hey, you ever thought about blogging for your site? And I said, no. I was like, what would that even entail? He's like, man, just do it once a week. And it'll help bring more traffic to what you got going on. So I said, okay, I'm going to give it a try. Because I already had people submitting to me every day just to be on the label or be managed. And the first one, it worked like a charm, man. Like I just did a review on somebody who reached out, got retweeted and favorited a few times. His dad even reached out to me, the artist that I did. He was like, hey, I see you manage. Would you want to take on my son? I was like, okay, like this looks kind of promising. Did it again. The second person was L Dirty AC, who was on the cover of my first mag. It built traffic too. So I said, I'm about to do this every day. Did it for like a week, and then reached out to Submit Hub, and I said, hey, can I be on the blog side of this where I could get submissions for this? And they said, well, you got to be on here. We only take on people who've been doing it for 6 months. Okay. So I said, cool. So I did a couple months. I got to a point I was doing it twice a day, every day. Man. And I just reached back out to them, and I was like, hey, I just want you to see the progress, but kind of like seeing like if they'll be like, cool, you got early. It. Yeah, and they let me go early. Nice. And then like I really started mashing out, and that was probably about like October 2018. And then by the end of the year, I did my first end of the year awards where we do actual awards. Like we we pick 5 people for.
Like artist of the year? Or
like top 5 artists to look forward to for 2019. Okay. And we just did it. We just did our first. We handed out. We already doing it this year too. And I just handed out my first one. I mailed out 2. They should be getting theirs today actually. Where like they get the actual awards, they make videos and everything. So that was so that get pretty dope. And then we just started doing more genres too. And the more genres we did, the more people that would come out. Yeah. And important people. Like that's when I started hearing from a lot more record labels. Like the first label to ever reach out to me for something was Republic Records. Oh wow! The first one.
That's the first label, man. That's crazy. That's nerve wracking.
Yeah, that was the first one to ever reach out to me. Yeah, and now they the most consistent, I would say, because it was first it was just one person consistently reaching out to me, but then it became multiple people from Republic Records reaching out to me, and then Island, Def Jam, Universal, Warner, Sony, Arista, RCA, like people like that. They all started reaching out to me, just trying to be a part of what I got going on. Even do y'all know who Mr. Hudson is? No. Mm-mm. Like he was on Kanye, some of Kanye albums.
Like Mr. Hudson, like
yes, Mr. Hudson.
Nah. So he hit you up too?
Yeah. So like I had a copy of his project before it released, like at least like a week ahead of time, because they wanted me to do a review for it. I did it the same day I did Benny the Butcher's The Plugs I Met.
Like I did. That's crazy. You even listened to Benny Butcher a lot.
Yeah, we talked about it. And I was like, yeah, like, well, his team actually reached out to me to do something.
What was that song that Mr. Hudson sang with Kanye again?
Is it Flashing Lights? I'm not sure.
I don't know. I don't think I've ever heard that name for it.
Anyway, keep going though.
Okay, sorry.
The story's getting crazy. Let's keep going.
You're just like naming off artists.
Yeah,
it's funny how you like started with like local artists and now you're like working your way up.
That's yeah, because like I mentioned that to my brother. I said, man, it's crazy. Like I'm on a regular basis just doing stuff for bigger artists all the time, and like I still remember the company that really had me taken back was Reverb Nation when they reached out to me. Just because, like, that's where I started. I probably put beats on Reverb Nation, like, 2009, 2008, 2009. Probably, like, 5 followers. Wasn't nothing. Yeah. Like, I wish I could delete the page. I might reach out to somebody at some point, like, hey, man, take this down. Like, I want nobody hearing this. Like, the beats was mad whack. I'm not going to even hold you. The beats was mad whack on there. And they was just like, hey, man, we love what you're doing. We'd love to partner with you. Like, you got time to talk? And the VP, labor relations at the time, her name was Victoria, she was like, hey, like, we love what you got going on. Do you know who we are? I was like, yeah. Like, of course, like, I know who you are. Like, I did my first beats. Like, yeah. I was like, yeah, I put my first beats on there. She was like, okay, that's cool. But let me tell you what we do with, like, sponsorships and everything. It's like, she was like, we just really let him just have artists just had opportunity to even just work with you. Like, would you do that? And I said, cool. So I agreed to that. And then, unfortunately, she got let go. But and then somebody else, the head of label relations, so not the VP no more, the head of it, like, he reached out and he was like, man, I love what you've been doing for the artists that you pick, and we'll love to keep going further with you. Wow. If you open to it. And I was like, yeah, just because they still have such a big following. Like they still have over millions of users at their disposal, and they remind me whenever we talk, that they do. Yeah. So I said, yeah, man, that's a bet.
Man. Wow. So when they reach out to you, is it like, hey, we got this new artist, this new song, can you do a review or just promote it? Like, what are they asking of you?
Most of the time it's a review. Okay. Most of the time it's, hey, can you do a review or can you do an interview? Mm-hmm. Most of the time. And it's usually it's for different people. Like I could say the most consistent people, like the most consistent is probably Mike Posner from Island Def Jam, where like I guess he walked across America. Yeah, like during that whole run, like they reached out to me a lot about that, and pretty much every week they would be
just want you to cover it type of thing.
Yeah.
Wow. Have you ever had a label come to you and like give you a whack song and like you won't even touch it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I don't even want, because I don't want them thinking that I say yeah to everything. Yeah. And sometimes it just don't even be worth it. It's like
that's trash.
Because I won't want anybody to come. At least if somebody come to my,
you lose credibility.
Exactly. Yeah. I want anybody to come to my site, even if they don't like it. I know. Well, I thought I gave you some hot shit. Yeah. So if you just don't like it, you just don't like it. Our taste just is different at this point. But just putting something that I know is whack out there, I couldn't do that.
Yeah. Wow. That's crazy. And it's only been, what, you said 2 years since you started this?
Yeah, it'll be 3 years, April 25th.
Wow. That's crazy. Wow. That's a crazy run, man.
That's a crazy run.
That's wild.
So let the people know what's the name of the label, the blog. I just want to make sure people tap in, bro.
Yeah, tap in. Go to globalmoneyworld.com.
Okay.
globalmoneyworld.com. The name of the label management part is Global Money Group, and everything else is Global Money World.
Word. So then, like on the music tip, like what are some artists that you're checking for? And then have you ever worked with any of like your personal favorite artists?
It's not too many artists that I'm checking for per se. Just because I like listening to a lot of old music, and then like and I hear it's like I at least get 30 submissions a day. So like music really becomes work sometimes.
Oh yeah.
Where it just be like, okay, like not at my spare time, I'm not doing this. But I would say Benny the Butcher was probably that one where I was like, yeah, just because artists that I manage, they love him. Mm-hmm. Like me and my brother Wendell, we talk about him a lot too. So I was like, this thing came to me. Like, man, it's a bet. And I think Willie the Kid, I think that one. Like when I do
just because the Grand Rapids connection.
Yeah, just the Grand Rapids thing. Actually,
he can respect though too.
He can respect. No, actually, I got a funny Willie the Kid story. Right, I say this one when we on camera. All right. So this had to have been like 2008. This is when like his debut album dropped. Do you remember that? And so I just lost my job at Home Depot, man. They fired me, man, over some bullshit. So like, so I'm just like,
it's always over some bullshit.
Over some bullshit. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just like, man, I gotta get home. I was like, something gotta pop, man. So like, I pull up to my dad's store. Because my dad got his own store. And
what kind of store?
It's a DVD and bookstore called Urban Exclusive. He sell music too and everything. And I pull up and I see it's Willie the Kid. Yeah. It's like a lot of dark man
in there.
They standing outside. They all talking because he know them.
Man.
Yeah. So I'm like, man, like I'm like, oh shit, something gotta happen. I said, let me grab my goddamn demo. Hold on. Yeah, I was like, I got my goddamn demo. Like, so I'm walking up, man. I'm hearing the goddamn Eminem, "Lose Yourself," just to end. And I'm like, man, I'm waiting on my shot, baby. I'm walking up. And he like,
Mom spaghetti.
Yeah, because I'm just like, man, I was like, man, all he got to do is tell me that hoop, and I'm gonna show trying to dunk it, man. So it's like I'm walking up, and I'm just like, man, what I'm gonna say? I was like, man, I'm like, man, make sure I play it cool, man. I just know he gonna get this CD. And so before I could even get anything out, my dad was like, yep, go ahead and go in. It was just like,
because he knew what you were about to do.
Yeah, then like the door just closed right behind him. I'm just like,
damn.
I was like, what the fuck? Man. I said, okay, hold up, because I know he gonna come get me. That's what it is. He gonna come get me. I know he gonna come get me. Man, Willie laughed. Man. I was like, man, like I could have been on, man. I just lost my job, man.
That's funny. So you say your pops is cool with him?
Yeah.
How did that even come about? I mean, obviously you're from Grand Rapids, right?
I really don't know because there's nothing he ever really spoke about to me like that. Yeah, but I know like they know each other just on some regular stuff, like not even on some rap and stuff. Just like I know these dudes type of thing.
Man, that's crazy. Does your dad still have the store to this day?
Yep. He been going for 10 years. Wait, no, 12 years.
Oh, wow.
Forgive me. Yep, 12 years.
Where's it at?
By Burton and Kalamazoo. 1321 Burton.
That's not even that far away.
Yeah.
Word. So did you grow up in GR?
Yep, I grew up, born and raised.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow. That's cool. But you said earlier you had like family in Chicago?
Yeah, like my mom and brother, they stay in Chicago. Oh. But like my mom, she was born in Chicago and spent a lot of time there. Okay. But otherwise, like, nah, like I pretty much just been in Michigan, Grand Rapids.
Cool. So, you know, we've been talking a lot about music, and, you know, we talk a lot about music on the podcast and think about how we can support artists here. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that, and since you've been doing it for like 2-3, almost 3 years now, like, we need that platform, right? We need people like helping artists get here, because when I travel and I go to different cities, I'm like, the only difference between Chicago and the Grand Rapids was a lot of differences. But like, when you talk about like the music scene, is that there's more people that are trying to like actually support people from Chicago. And I feel people from GR be on some weird shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I'm like, okay, cool. Not like someone who doesn't care who makes it. Like, we don't care who makes it. We want someone to just make it.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Because like, it just makes Grand Rapids look better.
Yeah.
You know, Willie Kid did it, but like, you know, it's a guy from here that's on what group he's part of again? I'm really tripping right now.
Who are you thinking of?
He's from GR, though. It's a popular ass group that he's part of.
You talking about Waldo?
Oh, AGO's hot too.
Is that who you're thinking of?
No, older. I'm really forgetting the name.
Oh, you talking about Wu-Tang?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You talking about a lot of Dark Man, right?
Yeah. A lot of Dark Man.
Okay. Yeah.
So like, you know, so we got them, we got Willie, and we got Waldo coming up. So we all these people like from GR, but like, you know, I feel like we can do a much better job of better supporting them. But like, I'm like, yo, like, you know, Waldo just dropped a project with Singo and Savon. And like, I listened to it, it's hard, and I actually be listening to the music. And I'm like, yo, we gotta support, because like, that's what LA and New York do. And Chicago and Atlanta do. They just listen to music from their city. Enough people listen, they on.
Exactly.
You get 200,000 people listening from your city alone, well, you good.
Yeah.
But like, I feel like we need like what you're doing more in the city, like, of people who are just like helping people just get on and recognized. So like, we're all connected, because like, a lot of times I don't even know what's going on in the GR music scene.
Right.
Like, I don't know who's popping right now.
Yeah. Because there's so many different scenes. I think is what messed it up too. Is because it's too divided. Like, you got like the hipster hip hop scene, the hood hip hop scene, then like the lyrical miracle hip hop scene, and it's like, to the people that know them, they know everybody, but everybody's just so separated. It's like, because the thing is, it's like, because like these days, artists don't really need a label. Right. Like, they don't really need a label at all. But it's hard to form a team when everybody rap. Like, I think that's the thing that happens here too a lot, where everybody in the crew raps. Like, nobody is just like,
nobody's doing the business.
Yeah, nobody's just like, man, my boy nice. I'm a put stock in him. Yeah, it just be like, man, I ain't about to help, man. I'm
better than him.
Yeah, I'm better than him. You know what I'm saying? He ain't doing nothing that I'm doing. It's like, nah. Like, I think
that's true.
I know your role.
Yeah, exactly. If people really worked as a team better, I think it would be a lot better, and just support each other. Like, everybody just want to be first, I think. And it's like, it don't even matter.
I mean, it's interesting what you brought up, because like, if we think about it, like, Wu-Tang's been around for like 30, 40 years. Yeah. And the fact that we have someone from the Wu-Tang that's from Grand Rapids, it's like, you would think that we'd be one of the more popular music cities by now, you know? And it's like, there's been like 3 or 4 artists that have actually like made it out of the city, and it just doesn't really make sense, you know? And kind of going on like what you're talking about, it's like, we talked about this on the show, it's like, Detroit rap is kind of like influenced, or I guess Grand Rapids is influenced by Detroit rap right now, where it's like a lot of the artists from here are picking Detroit beats and they're rapping just like Detroit. It's like, although, you know, that might work, it's like, we have to kind of develop our own sound. And I think that's where, like, Waldo and Savon and Sango, that's where they do a really good job. It's like, you know, you don't hear that sound outside of our city very often. So I think that's where like they have a really good opportunity, you know.
Yeah. And promoting music, I think, is big too. A lot of artists just don't know how to properly promote their music for people to even hear it. Like, a lot of people, they just post it on Facebook and that's it.
Hope for the best.
Like, it's about to go viral. like nothing goes viral on Facebook. Like,
easily, bro.
Yeah, like, you know, maybe and kids aren't on Facebook either. Yeah. Like, if you like a young artist, you shouldn't even be focused on Facebook. Like, anywhere where your mom and grandma is at and active, that's not the place for you. Yeah. I will recommend Instagram and Twitter as far as your main source, and I would put Twitter over Instagram, just because if you make an Instagram post that needs a link, you got to say go to my bio. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Compared to Twitter, I can just tell you. You know what I'm saying? The link is right there for you.
Right. Twitter has been growing on me. Has become my new favorite. I love Twitter. Social media app. Like I've moved from, I'm on Twitter like crazy now, and like I'm seeing marketing on Twitter, and I'm seeing like through content and through witty wordplay, you could really, and this funny shit that you do, you can really be like WRLD 4000 was really making videos about do-rags and finessing motherfuckers.
Bro, I love WRLD, man.
Bro,
I love WRLD.
Me too. And like I literally watched him on some funny shit go from that to a J. Cole album, and like to his own project, and like, and I'm like, I'm telling people like, bro, you gotta think about this shit. Like I feel a lot of people from GR2 or less, even people who listen to the podcast are worried about looking too cool. Like, yo, he made a meme account on some funny shit and really blew up. Like, having a following to actually fuck with you is, like, part of the game, bro. Like,
that's what Lil Nas X did. That's the reason why that song took off like that. Yeah. He made it a joke. You know what I'm saying? And now he's like...
I got the horses in the bag to, like, what, double diamond or whatever he sold?
10 times platinum.
Yeah, diamond.
Yeah, I think that's diamond.
Yeah. He's good. He's straight. And he made a song before he signed, right?
Yeah,
I think
so. He's good.
Yeah, he's good.
Yeah, man,
so he's like, yo, I'm straight, bro.
Yeah, because the thing is, that's the way to do it now. Because I think music isn't selling. That's just what it is.
Yeah. Right.
No, not
like music.
No one's buying a track anymore.
Yeah, like the thing is, if you have a Mac computer, you can't even. iTunes is done. You can't even go on iTunes and buy a song on a Mac computer no more.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And soon,
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, soon on iPhones, iTunes is no more, and they've been saying this for years that they were going to get rid of it because they want to force people to use Apple Music. Because because like if you go on iTunes and buy a song, you don't get streaming from that. But if I push you to only use Apple Music, you got to buy the subscription and you got to hear music in this way where it's being monetized. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So if you're not selling music, what exactly are you selling at this point? And it's better just to sell yourself as a person that people want to invest in. They invest their time in, because I will tell any artist that I work with, I say, in order for you to really make this thing work, people either gotta want to be you or they gotta believe you. Like it don't really go too much outside of that. Like look at somebody like Jay-Z. People want to be Jay-Z. This is the lifestyle that he sold is what really helped him, you know, go to a bigger status where it's like, man, he's shining, man. He above all this, man. He flashy. Like this is what I want. And then look at somebody like DMX. You know, like I'm slipping, I'm falling. How can you hear that and not feel that and feel that struggle that you connect to it? You believe his story and you invest in that. Like it has to.
That's a really good point.
It's usually one or the other. So like when you make, especially when you're making music, you need to know what you're making music for. Like you gotta, even if you just got a dope record, when would somebody listen to this dope record? Yeah,
and why would they listen to it?
And why would they listen to it?
Because they got some other people they listen to.
So
I think like the lines of questions you're asking is lines of questions I ask too. Not only for music but for everything. What's your intent? Like, what's your purpose? Like slowing down. We just talked about this earlier. It's like really figuring that shit out, because it's like in a world where there's so much music, like so much, bro. Like people saying music every day, right? It's like, yo, check this out. I probably got probably to just today alone, like 12 songs I gotta listen to. I haven't listened to any yet. Yeah. Right? So I'm like, so you got 12 songs you gotta listen to just today, and that's just what my friends are sending me when I'm running into randomly. Right? Like, you know, you got no following. Like, I'm just like, shit, bro. Like, you know, like how you just want to listen to your song and like how good it is actually. That's why I always tell artists too, like being authentic and like knowing your voice, because like what you're saying too, like all this I sound like Detroit is not gonna help you. Yeah, it's not. Like, I'm like, you think it's hot, you like Sonic Baby, you like all them, but like that's them, and like he got off that because he was doing that because like, he wanted to be different than everybody else from Detroit. So now that's the sound. Now everyone's trying to copy him, then they're gonna copy. Like that's really hard to do this. Like, and I remember when Designer came out and popped off, everyone was like, "You sound like Future." Ruined his career. Yeah, like you might have a hot record, but like you can't have a career in music. Right. And like when you said like I see these labels dying, I'm like, yo, they're not making any money, bro. And I was like, no, they make money. Like, nah, bro, they're not. If you see a label giving like Lil Pump 10, they're desperate, bro. Yeah, they're not making any money.
He not getting that 10 million.
You know what I'm saying? Like they're just signing him just to sign him to own some, like own him. Yeah. On his property, on his business, on the tours, on the merch. Like they're monetizing other ways. And I was listening to Dame Dash because like him and Jay-Z, like it's like kind of their fault about why the 360 deal's around, because Dame used to clown Dior like, oh bro, you're not eating off the tours, y'all not eating off the merch, y'all broke, because they really were richer than the label. Yeah, they really make all that money. So then Dior's like, nah, he came up with like the 360 deal. And so he's the one that popularized it. It was.
Yo, I didn't know that. That's crazy.
Yo, so talk about how like culture just trickles down, and like that's why Jay-Z at the top of it. Like, you know, like Pause and all that. Like that was like a Harlem thing.
It was.
Like they started that, and he was like, then somebody's asking, oh, so you started No Homo? He was like, nah, that was Cam.
Yeah, it was.
Really?
Yeah, and I was like, oh shit. So everyone's like, yo, Pause. Yo, that's from them.
I didn't know that.
So he's talking like, yo, our imprint on culture is crazy. Like the reason why Jay's at the top, and like I think the funny why he says the blueprint, like he was telling you what he was up to when he was going to do the whole time, and used like his wordplay and his stories. Right, that's why I love Jay now. When I was younger, I didn't get Jay, but I also didn't understand his mindset. Yeah. Right, I think a lot of people like especially music now is like, you know, we like to glorify lifestyles and all this stuff, but like he used it as like, yo, this is where I'm coming from, what I'm trying to get away from. But let me teach you something, like, because I was in this situation, it's prepping me for the business meetings I'm in. Like in 444, he was like, you know, I just lost the line, but he was talking about like he can see like a sneak eye in his sleep, or like he said people kill their brothers and hug their mothers at the funeral. Yeah. Like, so he's actually from that. So Matt, no worries, he can kill a business deal. Yeah, he can just read people. He's like, yo, I knew when someone wanted to kill somebody. I know when somebody did kill somebody. I know, like, so I'm like, oh, so he's just using his life to tell stories, and that's authentic to him. Mm-hmm. So I run the artists too, like, you know, I'm like, yo, you should actually, if you're not hard, you shouldn't be rapping about that at all. Cause we got 100 people rapping about that. Yeah, 1,000 people. Why don't you just make good music? Cause you can sing. Yeah, right. So I think like also encouraging young people and like people who make music, like, yo, like, just have your voice.
Just be you.
Just be you, because like that's your best bet of popping off.
It's your only.
Yeah, you know, like Sango really makes music for him, what he likes, and it's just him. Like no, like anyone that makes a single type beat, you like, oh, you copying Sango. Yeah. He didn't try to make beats like or nobody. Maybe when he started off, but like as he got his sound, his rhythm, like right, you hear that shit, you like, oh,
bounce, yo.
I fuck with Sango a lot, man.
Yeah, he's cool.
Yeah, but like the only way to really do it is to just be authentic and be yourself, and having the right people around you too. Like I tell him, like I always say, when you're doing music, you need 2 people around, especially starting off. You need somebody who judging you just strictly on your potential and a little love. You know what I'm saying? To be like, okay, bro, I see what you're doing with this one. Yeah, keep going. And you need somebody who's just gonna just be clear cut and just be like, bro, that shit is trash. You know what I'm saying? Just period. Because the thing is, you need to be told that you're doing something right to keep going. Yeah. So if you only got somebody telling you, man, your shit is trash. Man, your shit is trash. Man, you still doing this? Like,
not rapping, bro.
Yeah, it's not rapping, bro. Like you ain't gonna never get better. You know what I'm saying? Cause I'm like, man, I don't want to play nobody. But as long as you got somebody to be like, yo, man, keep doing it, man. You doing this one with this one, like. Cause like music is really subjective too, and I learned that a lot, man. Like I still remember my first year of making music. It was like Christmas 2008, right? Yeah. I'm gonna tell y'all just how subjective music is. Like I had like an uncle figure, and he was like the coolest nigga to me. Like he was the first dude I knew who could rap a little bit. He was good at basketball. You know what I'm saying? And he was fresh. You know what I'm saying? So
Renaissance man.
Yeah, I'm like this. Like I thought he was so cool. I used to lie about how cool he was. Like man, he even came through with the Gucci Air Force. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, you know, I be making beats now. He's like, word, play me some. So I was like, I played him like one, like a solid one. I was like, he was like, man, what else you got? I said, okay. I said, you know, I ain't about to play with you right now. Let me play this one right here. I said, what you think about that? He's like, man, nah, this ain't it. I said, okay. I said, I know you ain't gonna deny this one. Hit this one. Nah, man. I was like, man, people said this was a 9. He said, somebody told you this was a 9? A 9? Nah, man, ain't nobody. Nah, this ain't no 9. I said, here, let me play you this. Now I'm just digging through the crate. He's like, he's just like, man, nah, man, this ain't it. So I'm like, I left the crib like, I'm fucked.
Like, I thought it was hot.
I was like, man, like I'm only 18. I'm like, man, all I want to do is music, man. Like I ain't coming with no plan B. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do. Gave my cousin a ride home that night. Yeah. He's like, you got some beats in? I was like, man, yeah, I got a few. He threw it on. He's like, ooh, this hot right here. I said, what? I said, what?
First compliment you got all day.
I said, what? I was like, play this next one. He was like, I fuck with this one. I said, word. I was like, this beat right here. He's like, crazy. Man, yeah, man.
We listening to the same beat.
Yeah. I was like, man, I knew I was straight, man.
And that's true about subjective. And I've been talking to a lot of creatives lately about that. What is subjective, what is not. And I feel like another layer too is like what I've seen is like, you gotta put the work in for your craft at 10,000 hours, whatever you want to talk about it.
Facts.
Because like then it can be subjective once you learn it. I think people don't want to learn it, kind of half rap, kind of half make beats, post it, and like, oh y'all hating on me. It's like, nah, bro, like you didn't learn shit, and you talking about it's subjective. It's like, nah, that's trash, bro. So I think there's a point where it's like there's really bad, and then it's like, oh, you might not like Drake, but you cannot deny that like Drake's good,
right?
Like that's you can't argue that. You don't like him. Right, I've been seeing on Twitter like people like, oh, Travis Scott is trash. And I'm like, what? I'm like, all right, like subjective. You don't like Travis Scott, but like, man, like he is proven that like people like his music.
Yeah.
Right. So I feel like there's a point where there's like, all right, if the subjectiveness like you might not like it, but this has to be proof in the pudding. But I think a lot of people are jumping to, oh, you a hater or you don't like my music. It's like, nah, bro, I think that's really bad. Like you can't tell me the third song you made ever is the best song.
It's like it's good too. Like just because like your homie dropped the track or whatever. It's like if it's not good, don't support it.
I want to play him some of Nick's after this and see what he thinks.
Some of Nick's stuff.
Yeah, right. You got some on your computer, right?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah,
I can probably find it.
No, we won't put you on the podcast. So he says we're gonna do it after.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, but that's real, man. Because the thing is, one thing I hate is a good song. Like I'd rather somebody be bad, but they really going for it, or just be dope.
Yeah.
Because I hate a thing is with a good record, it's so indifferent. Where it's like, it ain't bad, but it ain't the shit either. Like I really don't know what to say.
It's like a filler track.
Yeah, it's like I don't know what to. And the thing is, especially when it's good to a point, like I don't know what to say to get you over that hump either. So I'm kind of just
interesting.
I'm kind of just there with it, and I don't like being there with music. It's like, man, just fucking go for it, man. And not everybody got that either, though. Like that's the thing. Like everybody ain't meant to make music.
Yeah,
so that's true. And I think that's the thing too.
We should talk about that, especially like the minority community. Like everyone wants to go to play basketball or make music. Well, y'all gotta be more creative than that shit, bro.
A lot more.
Rapper go to the league.
Like you asking for like, and it's like, what I describe as like, when you come out of desperation, you were forced to be creative.
Yeah.
And I think that's where, in America at least, is why we have the 3-class system. Like half the people that are successful come from nothing. Mm-hmm. You have to be fucking creative.
You do.
To build something. Like you have to be able to see some shit that other people can't see and then fucking build it. Like that's why we still have the system. People hate it, but I'm like, nah, bro, this is what makes
that's right.
And when you think that's great, like they came from the mud, bro. Like half the billionaires literally were dirt poor, like poor as fuck. They want to be poor no more, right? So I feel like there's like a beauty in that struggle, right? And like that growth, right? But I think like a lot of times like we miss it, or like we like demonize like that action and shit, right? Like we're kind of like, oh nah, bro, like I want to, or we kind of play it up too much.
Yeah,
we're from the gutter or whatever. Mm-hmm. But I feel like fuck, I just lost my point. God damn it.
Oh, you good?
Where you going?
Wait, what you just say? What were we talking about before? Bring it back real quick, guys. I might catch it.
I was talking about
not everybody should make music.
Yeah, not everybody should make music.
Okay, so going back to like these minority kids and like how we like demonize like success, or how we demonize coming from the hood, is like these kids are setting us to be so great or fail. It's like you gotta make it to the league, rap, or I'm gonna be some other shit.
Yeah.
I was like, well, I gotta do what I gotta do, and I'm like, nah, bro, you can definitely like sell insurance, bro, and like
you could do a lot of shit,
and like you know what I'm saying, or you could be like the record label or the blog writer. Like, why we be more creative? Like you come from an area where like you have to be creative. Like mommy and dad didn't have money to buy you that, so you had to think about it.
Yeah. So
like use that brain for something productive and watch your life change. And I was talking to like a lot of my white friends about this, like when I was to do pretty well. I was like, you ask me all these questions like why, and I'm telling you like the way it's set up right now, and when you're poor and you're broke, because I went from that to the middle class, so I saw different mindsets. That like literally when I was a young kid, I was like, yo, I gotta like do something great to make it out of here, which is partly true, because it's like it's really hard. Ain't no one gonna help you. But when you get to the middle class, like people are just down to like go to college and have a regular job.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yo, that's the American dream. That's what it is right there. Like at least you can do that.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm trying to like also tell kids.
It's like what Stephen A. Smith was talking about on Twitter the other day. He was saying that like being LeBron, being Michael Jordan, that's like 1 in a billion. Like most, like 1% of people reach that type shit. Yeah. I mean, less than 1%. But he was like, you can be Stephen A. Smith. You can go here, work for 20 years, and then eventually get a $10 million ESPN deal. And I was like, that's like real knowledge that you should be preaching, because it's like not everyone's gonna be LeBron, but you can be Stephen A. Smith. Like that's realistic. Like you can get there.
Especially in that music, I'm like, yo, you know what music is out?
Yeah.
I'm like, where it's weird now. Like labels not controlling none. Like it's and we can just click upload. Some people have clout, some people don't have clout. Mm-hmm. Like it's funny how you can blow off a song and not. I'm like, you just putting too much power in things you can't control. Mm. Right? And I just see these kids, I'm like, man. But now there's some kids who are really great, like Blanco, like Avery. Like, I think he can go. Mm-hmm. I think his sound is like good enough. You know, and I think his whole crew, like all of them, like they're really good. Like, these young cats out here. Mm-hmm. I don't know what the group is called.
I don't know how to pronounce it.
CYTNL. I don't want to butcher.
They from here?
They from here.
Yeah. Okay. I think it's like Corrupted Youth. I think it's like what they go for. Yeah.
Bro, like everyone that I heard is hard.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, like, and like they really,
and they have unique sounds
they're all different.
Yeah.
But again, every raps, but like they all are talented. I think they all can actually like go.
Yeah.
Too. But like this is where the platforms need to help them.
Yeah.
Like they can, they just drop music and people listen to it, but like we need that like local lyrical push, to like put on a national, or at least some ways looking. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because like, you know, it's hard. I feel like it's like you ask for the impossible to happen.
It's
you ask for Drake to listen to it, maybe, and post it. That's hard, bro. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. You ask him to get on a playlist somehow, or like, right? Like that's really hard to do. Like when you think about how much music is out. And I was listening to a Gunna interview, and he was talking about how he had to buckle down because he was in the studio with like Thug and all them. Yeah. And like they were like, yo, you gotta buckle down because you got the talent to actually make good music. You know, and Gunna did it, and then, you know, Little Baby, same thing. Like it's like, you know, also put the work in.
That's how Atlanta moves, though. You know?
Yeah, and they all support. Like that Young Thug is next to Gunna, and like Gunna was nobody.
You're right.
Yeah.
Like I'm not gonna name any names, but like the same thing. Like these big artists who are, they should be with the young people.
They should.
Mm-hmm. Because like, you know, and like that can only help you, bro.
No, but people don't embrace the youth as much as they should. You know what I'm saying? Because like a lot of people don't get what they're doing, and I tell people all the time. I say, especially if you're a young artist, if you're doing hip hop, and older people are saying, "Yo, you killing it. This is how it's supposed to be." You are doing it wrong. You are doing it completely wrong, because hip hop is meant to be disruptive, and it's meant to be hip. It's meant to be this fresh thing. Right. You know, so you got to think when hip hop first started, it was considered noise. This ain't gonna last. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Then think about gangster rap. You know what I'm saying? That first started. Man, this is trash. Man, what is this? This is garbage. Then once Puff came out with the flashes, man, this ain't what hip hop supposed to be, man. He supposed to be flashes, man. Get this out of here. Then with the early 2000s, you know what I'm saying, with the Ja Rules and the Nellies, man, this ain't even what it's supposed to be. Then when the South came, man, this ain't hip hop, man. They ain't even talking about nothing. Then when you gotta think when the Drake and Kid Cudis and all them came, man, look at this emotional shit. This ain't hip hop. You know what I'm saying? Then with the mumble rap, man, this ain't hip hop. They ain't even saying shit
every time.
You know what I'm saying? So it's important.
That's a good point.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like if you're gonna do this, especially if you're young and doing this, you just need to go for it and speak for yourself and speak for your culture, speak for your class, because that's who you need to buy into. Like the old people, they had their time. You know what I'm saying? And they ain't gonna do nothing but tell you what you're doing wrong.
Yeah.
And they gonna try to take your ideas if they like them good enough.
Man.
So just go for it and just be as daring as possible in your musical approach. Yeah. And then learn about the business of it and learn how to promote yourself. And if you're not gonna promote yourself, at least pay somebody to do it, but at least have enough knowledge to know what you're paying for.
Right. Right. It's kind of funny you bring that up. I've been seeing more and more lately. People have been tweeting out like whole music videos. Y'all been seeing this? Or they'll tweet out like 2 minutes of their music video.
Yeah, I've seen that.
And that's like really interesting to me, because that's like, to me, if I was gonna do that, it would be like, well, I'm stealing away views from the actual video. Mm-hmm. But it's like, man, that's a good way to, like, if you get 2 minutes of, you got hot bars, like that could go like 10K retweets, and all of a sudden you're talking about a viral hit. You know what I mean? I think that's like a really good thing that I don't really see too much of anymore. Like most people, or I guess I'm seeing more of, is how I should say it. Like most people just tweet out a link to their song, but it's like more and more people should be like posting the audio clip on Instagram or the video on Twitter to try to get like more promo, you know what I mean? Yeah. And that's like something that a lot of people have been doing around here, which is good to see, is like tweeting out, or I see more on Instagram, like Instagram stories, like they'll throw 30 seconds of the song up. that makes you want to go check it out. Yeah. It's like that's the type of thing you should be doing. You shouldn't just put up the cover art on Instagram and think I'm going to check it out.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, let me hear it.
Exactly.
You know, like, let me get the taste test. But speaking of music, did you guys hear Roddy Ricch's new album?
Oh, hits.
I've heard about him, but I haven't listened to it myself. But I've been hearing good things.
Yeah, he's one of those artists. Like, every now and then, there's an artist that comes along that just doesn't miss.
Yeah.
He's one of those right now for me. Like, every song he's dropping is hits.
Where's he from?
Compton. Yeah. You from Compton, Vince?
I don't even know, bro. Maybe.
Yeah, he's from Compton. Because he started doing songs with Nipsey. Okay. He started doing songs with Nipsey before he passed.
I thought he was from maybe he's from Compton. I don't know. Well, man, hits. Bro.
But he signed to Meek Mill's. He signed with Dream Chasers.
Okay.
He was like the first artist, I think, over there. One of the first. Man, he's just like, man, like, I think the last time I felt like this way about an artist, like they don't miss, was like, ooh, hang on, I don't want to say something stupid. I don't even know. I don't want to like, maybe like Speaker Knockers for real. You remember him?
I remember the name.
Man, so he was only around for like a year.
He got killed, right?
Yeah.
Something like
that. Yeah. He got killed real early on. But for me, like someone like him, man, I used to like every song, every album, didn't matter, every project. But that's how I feel about this Roddy Ricch kid, man. And plus, like, he's running with Meek. Meek's been one of my favorite rappers forever. So like anytime I hear it, like I think Meek just signed some dude from like Louisville, I think. Who's that? Where's Young Ro from? The dude you sent me.
Is he from Louisiana?
Louisiana, yeah. He's from New Orleans.
Young Ro is hard, bro.
Is that the dude who got into it with Blueface?
Yeah, with Blueface. Yeah.
Okay, it's that guy.
Did he really?
Yeah. They were beefing on Twitter.
Over what?
Stupid shit.
Stealing sound or something?
No, it was people was like, man, you just signed the Dream Chasers. Why you ain't got you a chain? And he was just like, look, man, I'm gonna get a chain. My grandma on dialysis. You know what I'm saying? Like, I should get my mom a new house. Like, why would I get a chain? And then Blueface was like, if you didn't sign the deal and you can't get you a chain and get your grandma off dialysis and put down something on your mom's house, you didn't did something wrong. You didn't sign the wrong deal. And so that's what they got into it about. He was like, man, I don't even know you for you to be talking about me like that. You know
why is Blueface getting involved like that? First of all,
it seemed like him and Wack 100 is like on like a press run.
Man, Wack's been saying a whole bunch of whack shit.
Yeah,
a whole bunch of stupid stuff.
Yeah, bro.
I don't know what they on. I feel like Blueface got an album coming out next week or something like that.
Because like he kind of died down. Yeah, because I was thinking about it, I was like, man, I ain't really heard nothing about Blueface. So I reached out to my brother and my nephew. They like 17. I was like, hey, do people still listen to Blueface? And they was like, hell no, he done fell off.
Yeah,
I was like, dang,
it's one take J, bro.
Ever since I heard him, what's that line he said? He said, pull up like Tracy McGrady from the Pistons. And I started listening to him.
Was Tracy McGrady on the Pistons?
No, bro. No, he never played for him. I think he played like one season. But, once I heard it, I was like, all right. So you just don't care about what you're saying.
Nah, he does. He just got hot. He got that one song, bro. Like,
he had a few hits, bro. I'm not gonna lie. He had a few.
Really?
Yeah.
He had I like Respect My Crippin'.
Yeah, that was like the first hit, right?
Yeah.
And then he had like Tatiana, and then he had like Bust Down with Offset, and I think he remixed Tatiana like 3 or 4 times too.
So he made some money off that.
Yeah. He had like 3 or 4. He Fetty Wapped it. He got like 3 or 4 hits. You know what I'm saying? Fetty Wapped it.
Yeah, because I know it was a time where it was just a lot of remixes.
Yeah.
With that, but that was probably a publisher thing, because most of the time when an artist does like a whole bunch of remixes, it's to capitalize off the single, and the publishing company is usually the ones who pushing to do that. Like whenever you see like a karaoke remix, the 12-inch remix, you know what I'm saying, club remix, like that's usually at the work of the publishing company to try to get
trying to milk the song.
Yeah, trying to milk the song and get as many royalties as possible from that one song once it does become popular enough.
Oh wow.
Yo, that's crazy.
I never thought about anything like that before. Yeah. What do you think about the new Roddy Ricch album?
Also, all hits.
Top to bottom, bro. Top to bottom.
But like just like you said earlier, but like the good songs, I think he has a lot of good songs on there. So like, and it's weird because like, you know, I said they're all hits, but like you really analyze it, like, and like I mean Drake's at a level of skill, so it's probably not a fair comparison. But like I feel when Drake dropped or J. Cole dropped, like it's like all good songs.
Yeah.
Like every song is good. I think Roddy is on that level where like every song is good. He's on his way. I think on his next 2 projects, like if not the next one, but the next one, it's all gonna be like straight hits.
You don't take it off.
Like it's gonna be like no matter what song I drop, it's hot, right? And I also think the next person to have that capability because of his fame. Like you said, the people either listen to you or want to be you is the baby. I think like recently I saw on Twitter going crazy how he performed on FaceTime. Like
yeah, I saw that.
Like he just seems like somebody that's like gets his fans and like gets people. Where like I feel like people gonna want to be him, like do how the baby did it.
Yeah, and
I think like it's like he's again different, authentic. Like I think he's the next one too. That I feel like I didn't love Kirk, to be honest with you.
I didn't like it either.
Like I think there's a lot of misses.
I think it kind of flopped.
Nah, if you heard, I'm gonna be nice and say if you heard at least 2 to 3 the baby songs, you'd have heard them all. And I want to say one, but I don't want to say one.
No, I think
at least 2 to 3.
Yeah. And I think that he pushed Kirk fast, like as he dropped his whatever you call it on the end of 2018.
Yeah, I think it was Baby on Baby.
Baby on Baby, and that was all hits.
Yeah.
And then he dropped Kirk a year later.
Not even. It was like 8 months later.
8 months
later. Because that was 2019 also.
And I feel like he was trying to milk it, but I feel like he didn't take enough time to like really like think about his sound. But it didn't really affect him too much because of like people want to be him, right?
I think it didn't affect him because he only needed like 1 or 2 hits. Like I think Bop was on the album, and that's all he needed. All he needed was like one more song to keep the wave going. Because he already had Suge, he already he already had, like he was going.
Yeah. He let the Jabberwockies back. Like,
man,
he just does smart shit, bro.
Yeah, he does smart shit.
That's
the videos are smart,
Yeah.
Also, I love Maxwell Cream. You know who that is?
I heard that.
Yeah, that was random. Why you say that? Did he drop a project?
Yeah, he's on my top 5.
Is he really? Of the year?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Maxwell, when you talk about different flow than the baby, right? But like that, like, but
high
storytelling
energy.
at the same time.
Okay.
Like, bro, like, I don't know. I haven't heard anybody really do that. And like, it's really good music. He has a song. He has his albums, like, all songs are hits too. Mm-hmm. But like, I feel like he's not, I think he's from Florida. So I feel like Florida right now is like, cold up. Like, you don't have a lot of people who are like really pushing Florida music. But like, he's somebody that's like, I feel like also like,
he's cold.
He really cold.
Yeah,
bro.
he's cold. He's cold. He's been around for a little bit too.
Yo, I don't think he dropped a black song yet.
Okay, what did you think about Guap Dad for 1,000 Dior deposits?
Hard.
Is that the one you sent me?
Yeah.
Yeah, that, bro. I think that's what I told. The same thing that you just said about Maxo. It's like, anytime I hear someone who raps with like,
maybe,
like anytime I hear someone who raps like the youth does, like where it's just like kind of fun, but they're actually rapping and actually telling stories. Man, that shit sucks me in, bro. And that's how that album was for me. Yeah. It's like, oh, like you're rapping like you're having fun, but you're actually telling a story. Like, man, that's like impressive to me.
Yo, so one thing I love about Guap Dad for 1,000, I think he's just like smart.
Very.
So like, I don't even think it's really about the music for him. I think that's like, mind you, I've been following him on Twitter. So like for me, he's just like, oh no, like the music is just because he can do it.
Yeah.
Like he was talented enough to do music. Like I think he's on some other shit. I think we're gonna see him on TV. I think we're gonna see him like in movies. Like I think he is like almost like Childish Gambino like, where in a sense like it don't matter what he do, it's probably really good.
Yeah,
talented in so many different areas.
Yeah, I can see him like cleaned up and like actually like acting in the movie, like probably like not the star right away, but the co-star to the co-star, but have such a pivotal. We're like, yo, you can actually act. And like actually get him like a movie like deal, like acting like a movie star or maybe TV or like I don't know. I think he's hilarious. I watch his vlogs, like everything. Isn't it hilarious, bro?
Man, like that's one artist I definitely bought into.
Yeah,
like I'm trying to think like which one is like
and he wild. Like he really like
he's funny. Yeah.
There's a video of him getting the head, and he actually was getting
head.
And to me, I was just like, what?
Yeah.
Like he actually did. I thought it was on some funny shit. Like he actually did it.
Nah. And he showed his mom too, right?
Yeah. He just on some funny.
He just reckless, man.
And he had like cash up. He's like, yo, I have to cash up my girl real quick for that.
Yeah.
He's like, people come at my girl crazy, so I got to cash up. And it's like, what?
Yeah, that's funny.
He said,
yeah, he's cool. I forgot about that album. I have to go back and revisit that album because I remember when he first like showed me that, I was like, yo, that shit might be on my top 5.
Yeah, and then like after seeing him all over the Dreamville project.
Yeah.
Like, that was smart. Like, he's smart.
Yeah.
Like, I think he did it. He was like, I just didn't leave, bro. Like, he was just like, he just got on every song. Like, other people like, oh, thanks, Cole, for like, hop on this song and leave. He was like, nope, I'm on every single song, bro.
Exactly.
He didn't leave, bro.
Yeah,
so you have to respect that.
Nah, if he there, I'm there.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Because you never put yourself out there. Like
you never know. You never know what could happen. Just being around. Like I still remember the night. I still remember I met Big Sean and Janelle Monáe in the same night.
Oh, that's crazy.
But they wasn't big like that. This is like 2009 when we first, like me and my boy Mike, we was fresh into doing music, and we knew that they was throwing the show. He was going to meet Janelle Monáe.
Yeah.
And so it was a students only type of show.
Yeah.
He ain't tell me that it was students only till we got there, and we got our tickets, and I'm like, so you telling me you would have let me drive here for 2.5 hours and not even tell me that this is students only? He's like, I knew they was gonna say yes, so don't even trip. I said, okay, cool. So we hanging out at the theater. It's like 2:00 in the morning. Show starts till 7. We just hanging out in front of there because they wouldn't let us in unless we bought like a movie ticket. So I was like, we cool. We just gonna just hang out for hours in front of there. It's cold as hell. It was like 13 degrees. This is in January. Yeah. And so I said, fuck this. I said, I gotta use the bathroom. They let me in. Yeah. And I see her manager, Chuck Lightning, and I said, I called my boy. I said, hey man, it's a nigga here. I don't know who he is, but he got on a leather jacket and he got this crazy haircut. He gonna be somebody. So my boy came and he's like, yeah, bro, that's Chuck. So he talked to him. He's like, hey, we students here. We love what you're doing. Like he knew every Janelle Monáe fact at the time. He's like, word, we'll hang out afterwards. Yeah. So we stayed for the show. Big Sean performed, and nobody even knew who he was at the time. And I only knew because he was on YouTube with Pharrell, and they was doing the Donald Trump track.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and I was like, I know that dude. So I was like, man, and I had the CD. I kept my CD. I kept the CD on deck. I'm like, man, shit, it's on. I'm like, there ain't no way I'm leaving. I ain't leaving without something. So then the show over and they was about to kick us out. Yeah. And there's the students that was there. It's like, no, they been here the whole time. Let them stay. Yeah. And so then we got to stay. We got to meet her. My boy played the music for him. Yeah. And they liked him. And then Big Sean and his boys was leaving. And I was like, man, I'm about to say something. I said, hey, what up, man? You killed it tonight. He was like, oh, where? I said, yeah. I was like, man, I make beats. You know what I'm saying? I was like, man, I was like, man, it's some demo tracks. It ain't a demo, but a demonstration. You know what I'm saying? There's some music you might want to hear. You know what I'm saying? He's like, word, man, email me. Then take down my emails. I'm like, oh, nigga, it's going down, man. I was like, man, I'm about to be famous, boy. Fuck college. Yeah, man. I emailed it. I'm emailing some bullshit. I ain't gonna even hold you. You know what I'm saying? Because I was real fresh, but I shot my shot though, man. I was like, man, I even put in there. I was like, man, I'm trying to be finally famous too.
Hey, I'm trying to be finally famous. Bro, you gotta find that email and find those tracks. You gotta. Man,
it was in a Yahoo account, man. Funny. I've tried to look for it and I can't even get into the Yahoo account, so it's probably dead. But man, I definitely shot no. But then the more funnier part is the first email I sent, I forgot to send the attachments.
Oh,
I was just so excited to be like, yeah,
so it's just this text. Oh man, fumble.
Yeah, but then the next email I sent, I definitely had the attachments. He ain't never say nothing back, and I don't blame him because I said some bullshit.
Yeah,
but
Bro, yo, get to block this shit.
I'm trying to find me famous.
That's
a good line. You practice that one.
Man, I got so excited to type that email. I was like, man, I'm trying to be finally famous too, baby.
Yo, you kind of talked about it for a second, but you guys see that Spotify categorized rap and pop rap in 2 different categories?
No.
Did y'all see that?
Didn't they call it pop rap?
Yeah, wasn't it 2 separate categories, or was it all one?
No, so there's pop and there's rap, but they're not calling it pop rap.
No. So there's pop rap is like a category.
Outside of rap?
Yeah. Who is in pop rap?
Like Drake, Travis Scott.
Okay. No.
Up there, Post Malone, that type of shit.
Pop rap.
Yeah.
Maybe Post Malone.
Post Malone for sure is. But yeah.
I
feel like
funny.
I feel like something like Travis Scott and Drake, they don't try to be, but I feel like they are by default. Because if you think pop, it just means popular, right?
Yes, that's all it is. They just that big.
Although I don't think Drake necessarily sits down and tries to think about. Although I'm sure Hotline Bling was calculated, but I don't think Drake sits down and tries to make music for the radio. I just think it kind of happens because he's good at it.
I think rap just became pop or eclipsed pop.
It did.
Yeah.
And I think that
But there definitely is artists that don't cross over, Like Benny the Butcher, we were talking about him.
Yeah,
earlier. He ain't never gonna be on the radio.
Just because he don't have
radio type songs.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what I mean.
Have
so there really is categories
for 2019. Give him the context. I think if it was back in the 90s.
Oh yeah.
And it was Biggie, and we needed because people were listening for bars.
Yeah,
right? That's what he does.
That's the hard shit.
That's what he does. He paints pictures and bars. Like, but that doesn't mean that doesn't really equal in my brain a good song. There's two separate things.
Oh yeah, of course not.
There's songs that
that's
you listen
why
to.
We were talking about this. Like battle rappers can't all make good songs
at all.
They can rap anybody out the room, but most of them can't make good songs.
Yeah, you gotta make a good song.
There's difference. Bro. Yeah.
And like they think they can, or they know they can make a song, but the conversation is like, I heard like T Grizzly talking about this when he was like locked up. He was like, "Yeah, I was playing my music for people, and they're like, yeah, bro, like that's cool, but like that's only for Detroit." And he was like, when he was first day out, because he's like he was locked up with a whole bunch of people from everywhere else. So they're like, "Nah, in Memphis we don't listen to that, bro. That's trash. In LA we don't like that shit." So he learned how to edit his sound to make songs that like everyone will listen to. Okay. I think like a Drake, a Travis Scott learned how to do that. Yeah, that's a whole nother evolution of music. I feel like that's really hard to do. Yeah, because you first got to be really talented to be able to do it. Then you got to have the fame. On top of that, like you got to be doing the right moves the whole time. Yeah. Like YOLO set Drake up for all that. Don't forget YOLO and the motto. You know what I'm saying? Like you think about it,
it took over the world. Those songs.
Those two songs, and then like they kind of just had to play him on the radio because it was Drake.
Right.
Yeah, Drake.
Well, that's what I mean. Like he didn't. I don't think they do it on purpose. I think someone like Post Malone does. That's like their sound, right? But like Travis Scott,
Post is the same thing. He's just that talented, bro.
Nah,
I think Post.
I think he does that shit on like he's making like rock rap. I don't
think so. I think he just makes music he likes, bro.
You really think so?
Yeah, bro.
I don't know. I hear White
Iverson. That's not a song you think about, bro. No, that's a song you fucking around.
But like the other ones though.
That song was cold.
Like Sunflower.
With Sway Lee?
With Sway Lee.
Yeah, like that's a radio song.
You hear that song, you know that's going on the radio.
But I think it's smart that he Sway Lee that way.
21 Savage.
Because wasn't he the one that started using Sway Lee like that first? Oh, or was it French? Like,
I don't know.
Yeah, it's French had Unforgettable. That was like 2016. That was like 2016.
Was that before like Pulse was doing songs with Sway Lee like that?
Yeah.
Was it?
That was before I think Post even like was out.
No.
Wasn't Unforgettable like 2016?
No, Unforgettable was like last year, bro.
No, Unforgettable? That was like 2016.
Yeah, that's like
Post has been out before that.
Yeah, I think Post came like 2015 maybe.
Okay.
I personally like
maybe.
I personally look at Post and I see the music he drops like I feel like he's just making music he wants to listen to. And I think it just goes because he's that talented.
He makes some good ass music.
And I think what he was smart about was like not saying he's a rapper, and like, a lot of people got heated by that. But I was like, I get why though, because he probably can't freestyle and really do the rap thing. No. Yeah. He can make songs. Yeah. So he's like, nah, bro. Like, I play the guitar, I play the piano, I make music.
I'm an artist. Yeah.
Like White Iverson, he probably was awesome shit, and one in the booth. White Iverson, like he probably just like, but it's like when you listen like and Troy Lanez talked about this like heavy melody, like he knows how to put a song together. So like I don't think like he knows they're all gonna be hit songs, and maybe at this point he does because he's like, but he's also been writing like I saw his like discography. He's writing songs like hit songs for a lot of people. So I feel like Post is just that good. You know what I'm saying? Personally,
could be.
Like, cause I haven't really seen him like on some funny shit really drop rap music. You know what I'm saying? No. I really haven't seen him do it.
I think like Rockstar with 21 Savage is like the closest thing to like real rap that he's gotten.
Yeah,
probably.
But even that, like, it seems that like that was more of a smart move on 21 Savage part.
Oh yeah, that was one. That's probably his biggest song, honestly.
Cause like imagine a song without 21 on it.
Yeah,
that would just be like a regular pop record.
Yeah.
Feeling like a rock star. I can see it on the radio.
Man, he had a lot of shit on that album though. Yeah. That beer bongs and Bentleys.
That went platinum a few times. I think.
And he was wilding too, bro. Back then too. He was making stupid money, bro. He has hits, bro.
Yeah,
he's good now.
21 Savage was like one of my favorite rappers. So
really, really,
yeah. I like him.
Wow,
I like him a lot.
Okay,
bro. Like just on enjoying his music. Like I find him funny. Like, but also like I think he's really like he's actually trying to rap, which I also find like dope. Like he's actually trying to be good at rapping. I feel like.
Yeah. His new album was like that. It was more like grown up than his old shit.
Yeah. He has a line that's like, I don't like to tie or something. And I was just dying laughing. I was like, yo, this shit's funny. And he was like, I used to fight, but now I shoot. It's just like, it's just funny that like, it's like he's dropping toxic music, but he make it sound so good. Yeah. Like, it's a knife. Like, I think he's just like his whole.
Yeah, he's a clown.
And then like the whole time he's like from London.
I know that's
like it's just like
man, that shit was funny.
No, it's like I'm from Atlanta, bro. So you don't remember living in London, G?
Yeah.
I saw there were so many memes on Twitter that it would show like old fashioned pistols. It'd be like when 21 says he's gonna pull up with the strap.
Yeah, man.
It's like, bro, you left London when you were like 8. He never talks about
Never
it.
brought that up.
Never, man.
I'm like,
people knew. People had to have known, man.
I assume so.
Because he was so savage, and that's what I bought into at first. Like, 21 Savage, the cat with the Mac. I was like, man, stop playing with this boy, man. He wrong. And then he just like, I was like, London, then the London thing. I'm like, man, I don't want to hear this no more.
That's why he wasn't touring, real tours. All this shit started making sense. It's like, yeah, bro, like I'm from London.
What?
I don't think he ever talked about that. I don't think I never saw him address that.
Nah, he want that to die down.
Yeah.
Man.
He really do.
That's funny. I remember when the Man's Not Hot came out. You know that little freestyle from the UK?
Yeah.
People were quoting that and be like, this 21 Savage new album. Fucking died, yo. It's just funny. Did you guys see Billboard's new streaming rule or whatever they talked about?
What is it?
So for an album sale, so this is for like bundling stuff. Mm-hmm. So Nicki Minaj and Travis Scott got in beef about this year. I don't know if y'all remember that.
Yeah.
But for an album sale to count as a sale with a bundle, so like a shirt and the album, the merchandise has to be sold separately and it has to be less expensive than the album. So that's the only way. So like a lot of artists were doing, I think Travis Scott was selling like WRLD t-shirts. Yeah. And you get a free copy of the album to run up the sales. It's actually really smart. But now they're saying like you got to sell the shirt for like $6 in order to sell the album for $10 with the shirt.
Yeah. Oh, I want to conform if I was on the team because like Travis made more money selling merch than his music. He knew that.
Yeah, a lot of people do.
Yeah.
So he was like, "Oh shit, I want to sell this shirt that cost me $1 for $50, and give him an album for it. I can afford that.
Exactly.
Yeah. Make the money off it, bro.
And you run up the numbers too.
Yeah, the label probably eat off his merch and shit. Probably. And he was with Kylie at the time.
Business moves.
Yeah.
Smart.
Yeah.
He probably made like 30 mil at that shit.
I just thought it was interesting to see that they actually like cracking down on that. Cause it's not like the newest thing, you know. I feel like artists have been doing that for like a few years now, you know.
Have you guys seen that No Name? You know what No Name is?
Yeah.
You seen what she's been saying on Twitter lately about not
she doesn't want to
perform for like white people.
Yeah. So go back to Billboard, like, and go back to these artists. Like, I really want to comment on it, but I haven't yet. But it goes back to like.
Let's talk about it now. We can talk about it now.
Exactly.
Yeah. So like, I feel like that's a prime example of when like.
Well, we should lay out like what she said.
Okay, I don't want.
So she said, if I remember right, she was like,
I don't want mumble jump.
I make my music for black people and black problems, so I don't want to be on stage performing for white people. Like, and I think one of the specific things she was addressing was like, so she says the N-word in her music. She doesn't want a bunch of white people saying it back to her, you know. And like a lot of people, I don't know. It's like it's such a touchy subject, you know, because at the end of the day, it's her art.
Yeah.
If she doesn't want to perform it in front of specific people, like, you know, it's her right. But it's kind of like you kind of do that to yourself because most people at rap shows, especially like indie rap, which is kind of what she makes, it's like that's white people. Like that's a white people crowd. Yeah. Yeah. So it's like you kind of set yourself up for that, like doing music as a whole, you know.
Like.
So it's like I don't know.
What goes up when I was like saying fuck Billboard, like, and Kanye talked about this too recently in an interview. Is like, what is the culture you're fighting for? I think she's right in the sense of like that like the people who are dictating her career aren't people that look like her, and people who are trying to cancel her aren't people from her community. So I feel like it's like a very powerful thing. Like yo, like you don't own it, right? I think she's putting light in a way. And I don't know if she ever thought about it as like yo, okay, that's cool, but like all the venues are not owned by people like you. And like rap music is not popular music, and the kids that can afford your $7,500 ticket are kids from the suburbs. Yeah, kids from the hood can afford that. Yeah. You know, your mom will give you $7, let's go listen to some music for an hour. So shut the fuck up. Man,
black people don't buy music. Man, you gotta think, man, that's where the bootleg CD started.
Bro, we don't
you know what I'm saying?
In the hood. So you think about like the monetization of the business of it is separate. So if you want to win off that, you got to own the venue or you got to own the like. And then I saw her like comment on like Pigeons and Planes. Okay. And she was like, "Oh, it hurts me that a black-owned publication is like because they're talking about it and like they disagree with her." But I was like, commenting like, "Yo, they're owned by Complex. Yeah, Complex isn't owned by black. They have bosses. Like Complex let them do the little thing over there, but that's not. Like you own your own thing, so you can say what you want to say when you want to say it, how you want to say it. But like they can't, right? Because people are paying their bills. Exactly. So like I was trying to like give people like on the no name thing, like yo, okay, cool, great, that's your positioning. Do you understand like who owns it though? Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? We talk about Dre making $1 billion off Beats by Dre, but Jimmy Iovine made like 3.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, you know, he was a figurehead, but he owned the bat.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm just like seeing like, okay, we gotta really have the conversation about ownership too. On top of that, like, so I'll say fuck Billboard, like, I wouldn't succumb to like, oh, I gotta sell merch for under $6. I'm Travis Scott.
Yeah,
like shit, that
keep selling the shirts. Yeah.
Keep
sell
selling
a million
cereal.
shirts, you made 10 million. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, make your money because like you have a short period of time. Not everyone can be a Drake, a Michael. Like, you have 10 plus years. You got a small window.
Yeah, very small.
Rap, especially in rap music.
Yeah, it's like it's 3 years tops. Like,
3
there's
years
really
top.
an opportunity.
Yeah, to have someone like Drake.
Look at Big Sean kind of fumbled back a little bit. Like, I mean, he still got fans and shit,
Man,
but
he
like,
ain't.
like Big Sean, he ain't coming, bro. I'm sorry.
I mean, he's one of those dudes that just doesn't drop music. Like, he drops like once every 3 years, and it's like we talked about this before. There's some artists like Kendrick that can pull that off, but it's like I don't think Big Sean's at that level. You know, he's definitely like in the top echelon of artists.
Definitely.
You know, but I don't think like you can't unless you're one of those artists that makes albums that last for a while, right? Like that's why Kendrick can get away with it. It's because his music lasts. But it's like Big Sean, like you're kind of like you're a hit maker, you know. Like we don't go to Big Sean for stories, punchlines. I mean,
that's who he is though. He just did. I think he fucked up his career by trying to make the Marvin Gaye and Charlie music, bro. Yeah. I'm like, nah.
Yeah, think
about
I was
Sean fan, like that's not the music he makes, bro.
What was the Detroit mixtape? That's like one of the best mixtapes ever. You know what I'm saying? And he doesn't really make music like that anymore. You know.
No, I think
that's a good point you said that.
Yeah, I think he's trying to find his way back again.
Yeah,
because it's like it seems like he just putting out singles to see what's gonna catch.
Yeah,
and it's like nothing is really catching because Big Sean could get busy. Like that's not even up for debate. Like he could rap with the best.
Like he dropped that freestyle, which I fucked with heavy. It was hard. And he dropped single again right at the same time.
Yeah, man.
And he just pushed single again. I'm like, push the freestyle.
Yeah, because that freestyle. I was like, he getting. I was like, man, he getting busy. Like, stop playing with the
boy. Hot, yeah. That's what he's always been good at that though.
Yeah,
he's always been good at freestyling.
But remember, he used to do first quarter. He used to drop all those on SoundCloud.
Yeah,
he should continue to be doing that, bro. Like, bro, why you not continue to do that? Like
I mean, like think about it. Like I think we talked about this before. It's like it takes more work to do a song like that, and you're not going to get as many plays as a radio record. You know, it's harder to make a bar heavy song, and you're not going to get as many plays. So why do it? Especially if you're like someone like Big Sean, where you're already established. Mm-hmm. You know, it's like for what?
Well, I would say
like there's people that do it for the love of the game. Like like do that. Right?
Well, I'll say I would argue at his level of awareness and brand, like whenever he's making music like that, he should just go and do bars because people are not getting that. Only for Meek, really. You think about anyone like that's really popular music, who are they getting bars like that from? Like only Meek. Like Meek's only trying, and Meek's even dying down on the bars. He's not really trying to give you shit like that no more. Actually, you know, he's trying to like he's rapping fast, but he's not really saying the shit he used to be saying. So like, you know, I think like if I was Big Sean, I'm like, all right, like I can't do the Drake thing, I can't do the Tory Lanez, I can't do that. But like, let me go rap hard for real, cause I got the brand to get some hard beats, bro. Drop a little EP, you just going hard. And I feel like people actually listening to it because it's like no one's making that music.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You guys watch boxing at all?
Hell yeah.
Or do you keep up to date? See, Anthony Joshua got the belts back?
Definitely. I knew it was, man. Like
I was hoping. I was praying.
Me too, man. I was like, I don't want to see him go down like that, man. But like after the first round, I'm like, it's over.
Yeah, I was definitely nervous the whole time just because of how the last fight went. You know, there was a few punches in there. I was like, oh, fuck, here we go again. But it was good to see. Like he seemed like he just stayed calm. You know? Which is good. And I think like if you listen to his interviews and all his videos and stuff, you could tell he had that demeanor. Like he was really calm and like prepared. It's almost like he visualized like walking through this moment before. Like he already walked himself through a loss and he knew how he was going to respond to it, you know? Because every great, like heavyweight boxing is a lot different than every other area. Yeah. Because it's like we celebrate Floyd because he's 50-0, right? There's no heavyweight boxer ever going to go 50-0. I think Rocky Marciano did like back in the day. But like nowadays, no boxer's ever going to go, no heavyweight's going to go 50-0. So it's like I think someone like AJ probably just sat down. He was like, "Yo, like it is what it is," but the game plan he had was just perfect, yo. Exactly. And I think it was a combination too of Andy Ruiz was like 15 pounds heavier.
Yeah, 283 pounds.
He said apparently the announcer said this. I don't know if there's any truth to it, but he got in the gym 2 months later than like he normally would have. Yeah. So you normally get in the gym like 4 or 5 months early, but he only got in the gym like 2 to 3 months. It's like man, like. Especially when you're going against someone who's hungry and wants their belts back. Like, man, you got to be back in the gym the next day. You know what I'm saying?
I have a weird, this about Anthony Joshua after he lost to Ruiz. I'm kind of like...
You were down on him, bro.
I'm over him still, bro.
What?
Still?
I don't like this, fake bullshit comeback story. You lost to a scrub. You beat a scrub.
He did not lose to a scrub.
Nah, I think...
He lost to a scrub.
Bro. Andy Ruiz is cold.
Anthony Joshua tried to get an easy win to make his record look better. He lost to a scrub.
He was a fill-in. He was a fill-in.
Yeah.
No, he was supposed to fight.
Wasn't it
Jarrell Miller?
Yeah,
is that his name?
Yeah, that's what it is, Jarrell Miller.
So but he's tested positive for steroids 2 weeks out.
Yeah.
So it's not AJ's fault that he fought this guy. And he's no scrub. Like, his only other loss was to someone who was a champion.
I think Andy is scrub.
Bro, Andy pulled up 15, 16 pound overweight.
Yeah.
I think that makes you a
scrub.
scrub.
Take this shit seriously?
That makes you
at
a
all,
scrub.
bro.
Yeah.
No,
he beat a scrub. They're talking about fight three. Like, what?
What? Yeah, that's what I was like. I love seeing Andy Ruiz.
If I was Wilder, I would not fight Anthony Joshua. He's a scrub, bro.
You know, I love seeing Andy Ruiz talk about a third fight that's never gonna happen.
Yeah, did you see how fast he grabbed the mic? It was like...
He's like, third fight? Like, man, like...
Nah,
man. Like, man, I'm telling y'all the third fight, I'm going to get busy, man. Like, I'm going to give it my all, and it's like... It's not...
Should give you all this fight.
Yeah.
You should not Anthony Joshua.
Yeah, he looked like he didn't, like... It just looked like he wasn't prepared, straight up.
He was partying.
Which is what it seemed like.
But he made that all that money from the first fight.
Yeah.
And win or lose, he's going to be rich as fuck from this fight.
Yeah.
So I think he was just like, yo, I can take a loss publicly. I'm about to be rich, bro.
Yeah.
He said for the first fight, he bought 2 Rolls Royces.
Yeah.
Bought his mom some shit.
A crib.
Yeah. So he was like, he really also ran it. Like, Anthony Joshua tried to beat his ass and, like, get an easy win. Yeah. And that's why for me, like, I don't respect that. If you're a boxer and you take that shit seriously, I feel like you should be, like, fighting the best. Always.
So then what happens if, hypothetically, I pray this doesn't happen, let's say AJ Wilder fight?
Yeah.
AJ wins. You got your respect back?
No.
No? You just done with him?
Wilder can't fight.
Wilder can't fight.
But he's fun to watch, though.
I was going to say, Wilder can fight. He can't box.
He can't box.
Bro, he's out there doing Euro steps into, like, haymakers.
It's
fun to watch, though. That's why I love him.
I don't think Anthony... What we saw with Ruiz, Anthony Joshua don't have that strong chin, bro. So, like, I don't think Anthony actually really wants to fight Wilder.
AJ definitely doesn't have a strong chin.
So he gets caught by Wilder. Like, Wilder's just like, yo, you're not going to knock me out. And you got to handle the script for all the rounds.
No, yeah.
And I got to perfect 2 seconds.
It is between Tyson Fury and Wilder for best. And I think we're going to see... I think they fight in February.
Yeah, February 22nd.
That's going to be the fight, yo. That's it.
That's gonna be the
Someone's got to win. It's not going to be a draw again. Someone's got to win.
I got Tyson Fury.
You do?
If it go to decision, Tyson Fury won.
Oh, yeah.
But if...
Wilder has to knock him out.
He has to.
Because Tyson Fury is too good, on a technical standpoint.
Exactly.
You're not going to outpoint him.
Yeah, Wilder knows that he has to, like, knock him out.
He knows
that's all he going for. So as long as you can avoid that and take... Because he going to get you.
Yeah.
It's 36 minutes, right?
He going to catch you at least once.
He going to catch you at least one good time.
Fury
so
killed him and somehow you got revived.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Gypsy match. This thing came back up. I'm like, bro,
I know,
how you getting up?
Man.
Bruh, I was like, off that alone, man, they should have gave it to him. Because Wilder only won the rounds he knocked him down, in my opinion.
If you watch the second knockdown, like the real knockdown, he lost that round to me. Like, even though he knocked him down, like, Tyson got up and probably won the round for real.
He did.
Yeah.
He did.
So it's like, it's like, if you really want to beat him, you gotta put him to sleep. Yeah. Especially because you're probably gonna be fighting in London. It sounds like it's gonna be in London.
Yeah. Or if I was Wilder, I actually like take all this time to actually learn how to box and flip it up.
It's kind of too late though.
I think it's really too late.
Like, he's 28. Like, he knows. I mean, like, we talk about every time he fights. Like, he only has to be good for 2 seconds. So what's the point?
But I feel like that's scary for him to rely on that always. Yeah. Like, I feel like if I was a trainer, like, yo, we gotta learn how to box because Fury is waiting for you to just attack him and swing. If you really being technical and picking your shots, you have the power, bro. Like, you're gonna win because you're technically gonna be better than him, and then you really every time you hit him, you're gonna fall down.
Yeah. So if you watch his most latest fight, granted it wasn't against like one of these, like, you know, I think. So he fought this dude Ortiz, who's like,
he's a dog, bro.
Yeah, he's like top 5, but he's not one of the top 3. Yeah. You know, AJ Tyson, whatever. But like, his defense, he's gotten a lot better on defense, at least against this one guy. Granted, this was the second time they fought.
Yeah, and Ortiz is
so he was and he was old as shit.
He get hit hard too, bro.
He's more comfortable. Bro. There's a reason why no one fought.
I'll tell you when I'll like give AJ his respect. He beats Wilder. He beats Fury.
He's got to be both of them to get your respect?
Yeah. I think he could be both.
I think he could be both. That's what I'm saying.
So I think he's a better boxer than Wilder. Like, Wilder just doesn't have...
I think,
I think pound for pound, he's by talent and not counting his wins, he's the best boxer.
Okay.
I think the way I view it is like
he has everything.
Wilder is the power, obviously.
Yeah.
I think Fury is like the most technically skilled, and then I think AJ's the hybrid. Like he's, I mean, you can look at him, you can tell like he's like not as good technically as Fury, but he's got a little bit of Wilder's power, you know. So I think that's why this
he's actually very good technically, bro.
I know, but he's not like Fury. It's like,
okay, so you're saying,
like you, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But if he beats both of them, then there's nothing you can really say, bro.
Yeah.
You don't have to like him.
That's what I hope happens.
I beat everybody you need me to beat.
Yeah. I hope.
And he has the belts.
I hope one of the three guys beats the other two. I hope we don't get in a situation where like Fury beats Wilder, but then loses to AJ, but Wilder beats AJ. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I want one of them.
Story,
I think it could happen. I think it might just happen.
I think that's how it's gonna play out.
Yeah.
Like everyone's gonna get one loss, but I want someone to win both, so we have like a clear, definite best.
It won't be Wilder, man. I'm telling you, Wilder is gonna end up like Roy Jones. Because that's what Roy Jones was. Roy Jones was just athletically gifted. He was so much better than everybody naturally. Yeah. And as soon as he lost a second of his reaction time, he was getting his ass beat. Like, every fight. Like, it's like, if y'all ever get time, go on YouTube and look up Roy Jones losses. It is a full 20-minute compilation of Roy Jones just getting his ass beat.
That's funny.
Yeah, like, he went from just being, like, the best person in the world to he just get knocked out. And I think that's going to be Wilder. Like, as soon as his reaction time,
and he loses a little
just
bit
like
of that
a tenth of a second.
Yeah.
People really gonna start the hits that he was dodging.
I mean, if he's smart enough though, like fight Fury in February, maybe AJ by the end of the year, and then leave the game. If I'm him, because then you finish. I think he would finish like 45-0 if he won both of those. Like, yo, that's a good record. Like, that's an all-time great record. Just get out the game. You know.
I think Wilder has it in him. I think he has like, cause just that power just scares me, bro. Like 2 seconds. That's it.
It's literally
just
2 seconds.
So
he was losing against Ortiz the whole fight. The whole fight.
And like, you know, there's nothing you can do about that as a human being. Like, unless you're Fury, he's the one like to get up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so people are just gonna make the game.
He could be losing all rounds, and it could be the last seconds of the 12th, and it's not, and then be over.
That's what it was.
I know.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
he lost every round, and then the 12th round got him down for 30 seconds.
Yeah.
It's crazy to me. I'm just like, we haven't seen that. That's like the reverse of Floyd. Like, you really got to knock Floyd out to beat him.
That's true.
But no one can do that. No one ever did it.
So he's going 50 and out.
Yeah. I mean, that's
you know what I'm saying? Like,
that's a counter to what you were saying, though. Like, Floyd never slowed down. So, like, there is the chance that Wilder never slowed down.
Floyd did slow down. Because you got to think about when he was Pretty Boy Floyd. He was moving around the ring, throwing a lot of punches. And then by the time he came back, a lot of his movements were just lateral. Like, he was right in front of you, but he was just so technically sound that you still wasn't hitting him.
At that point.
Yeah, he wasn't throwing so many punches. Like, he pretty much knew how to win rounds. Was something that he was really good at.
Yeah, he knew how to box.
Yeah, like anytime you would be ready to throw punches, he gripping you up. Yeah. So he just popping you real quick, grip. Mm-hmm. And now you can't do nothing. Yeah, now you frustrated.
You hear like interviews, people fighting like, yo, he gets in your brain, bro. Like, he's like talking all this shit. You're not making as much money as him. So that's like crippling. Yeah. Like, win or lose, this nigga's making like $300 million.
Yeah. I know.
Right? Mm-hmm. And then like, you can't hit him. Right? So you swinging your heart out. Like, I watch the fights, bro. The people hitting combos, but he's just like, you're not even hitting him.
Airball.
Yeah.
Just sliding off him, which must be like frustrating. And then like, as soon as you get a chance, he reps you and he pop you up. Right? And it's kind of like frustrating. It's like that. You know,
I mean, that's like playing basketball with somebody and every shot you get, you airball. Yeah. And then they foul you every time you go in the lane for a layup. That's what that is. Like, you know how frustrating that is? Like, you can't make a layup, so you got to shoot from the outside. But every time you shoot from the outside, it's an air ball. So you know you're off. Like,
and he just keeps going to the line.
That's what that is.
Every time.
That's what it's like.
That's all he does. Like, I'm going to get the foul, bro. He's like, bro, stop, bro.
Like, stop fouling me. Yeah. That's exactly what that is.
By the time you realize the game is over. Like, I always thought, when I used to watch Floyd fights, I'm like, you have to knock him out. You're not gonna.
But you can't. He probably got hit like 5 times his whole career.
That's what I'm saying. So Deontay was the opposite.
Like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Literally, it's the opposite.
Like, survive. Yeah. You can survive all 12 rounds, you will win.
Facts.
Literally.
That's it. But like,
or get a draw. Yeah, that was a very controversial draw.
I thought Tyson Fury won the fight.
I think
even though like he got knocked down twice, but according to the point system, no, it was a close fight. Yeah. The way the points is set up. So
I think people just gave it a tie because they're surprised that Wilder had that much power consistently, right? Like he didn't die down, and then I think people were surprised that Fury kept getting up. I'm like,
I think everyone was just shocked, yo.
This man been hitting this hard this whole time and not tired. His shoulder, he's hitting this hard this whole time, and then this man keep getting up. You cannot get knocked out like 3 times and keep getting back up, dude. That's not normal.
Nah. He was a dead body.
Yeah, he was just.
Man, got up in like a second and a half. Too.
Yeah, too. It was like at 8. He was like, all right, cool. I'm straight.
He was like, what? But so before we wrap, you want to give like the website again, make sure people know where they can find you and all that.
It was globalmoneyworld.com. Again, that's globalmoneyworld.com. Updated daily with a lot of content that you got to check out.
Magazine next week, right?
Magazine December 19th. You can get a physical copy at Urban Exclusive, 1322 Burton Street, Southeast, or you could download it online too. The same website, globalmoneyworld.com.
Perfect. That's perfect. Cool. Appreciate it. What is the episode? I think it's episode 28. I think.
One of it.
Something like that.
Y'all tell us.
Anyway, that's a wrap.
Yeah. Peace.
Peace.